Hello, welcome back to Time in the UK. Had another delivery from the post. I've been busy on the old AliExpress, and what I've ordered is a Pagani design with a Tudor theme. Got a nice little Tudor, possibly Explorer style Tudor Black Bay homage with a lovely colour to the dial. And there's a few sneaky little touches to this one, so stay tuned for the full video. Tudor Black Bay 38 homage. I don't do Tudor make a Black Bay 38? I know they make a Black Bay 36. So here we have a Tudor Black Bay 36 homage, and I've had the calipers round it, give it a quick measure, and the dimensions are as follows. So we have a diameter of 36 millimeters. We have a depth of 12 millimeters. We have a lug width 20 millimeters, and we have a lug to lug of 43 millimeters. So it's a little bit of a smaller size. I think it does look nice. Suits me. Does it look out of proportion? Out of size? Does it look undersized? Do you know what? I don't think it does. I think it's pulled off the same trick as the latest Tudor Black Bay, you know, the 34 oyster style bracelet with a little bit of taper, not a massive amount of taper, and a Pagani design clasp. First impressions are, just looking at it visually, that perhaps the watch strap could do with being a little bit more tapered. There's a little bit too much strap on it, but does that sort of strappiness give you the nice visual appeal of a larger watch? Is it the strap that's making the watch look bigger? And there's your Pagani design clasp. So it's quite a chunky clasp for a small watch. We've got the Pagani design logo there on the crown, and on what have we got on the case back? I've not looked yet. Just going to have a really nice close-up of that and check it out. Okay, so that says NH35 on it, and that all checks out. So we've got sapphire crystal at the back, sapphire crystal at the front. I really do like this colour of the dial. I've never had a blue dial watch before. I have to say it really does appear to pop. Things to note there about the dial: at 3, 6, 9 and 12, the indicators are blacked around the edge, whereas the circular ones are not. Now, is that a design choice, or is that an oversight? The hands have got a black paint to them. You've got the Pagani design logo there. We've got no date complication. The end links fit nicely into the case, and we've got a polished case with sort of softened edges. Got softened edges there on the case. Solid end links. We've got a fully polished bezel. Gives it a nice pop. Yeah, nice sweeping hand. It says automatic 100 meters there, and the Pagani design logo obviously. But I have to say, it does look particularly sweet, this one. I do find this one quite attractive. So on the back of the watch, we've got the word Pagani design, and we've got the PD 1716, which is the model number that Pagani used for this particular watch. And on the back there, for some reason, we have fish and 10 bar. Yep. So that's probably the depth rating. Fish indicates that. So just looking at this watch now, we've got the little words Japan movement on the bottom of the dial there. We've got the points of the compass with black edge around the indices, and all of the circular indices we've got polished. Second hand is sweeping nicely, and the second hand is also blacked with like a gloss black that just catches the sun under certain lighting conditions. I'll see if I can do that on the camera, see if I can get it to reflect. I think there must be an AR coating in there, because I'm not getting a lot of reflection off the crystal. Maybe it's the direction of the sun that I'm filming in. I've got a nice solid milled clasp here with 2 release catches on it. 3 points of micro adjust and screwed links. So very easy to size. All in all, I have to say, as I've said in the last video, I have to say that I am actually quite impressed by it. I think it looks pretty nice. So I'm in 2 minds at the moment as to whether to take the plastic off, because it's, when it's covered in plastic, it's quite a bit of newness to it. But how do you review a watch if you want to keep the plastic on it? Or is taking the plastic off unnecessary? I think with this watch, what I want to do is I want to get a couple of other people's opinions on the actual watch itself. So I'm going to ask a couple of colleagues at work just for their opinion on this particular watch and see what they say. Don't want to hear my opinion every single time. We've got female end links, so that really does allow the watch to come in. So for a smaller wrist, it is going to fit very well. The crown's nice and small. No problem at all setting the time. A little tiny bit of pressure and that's going to screw down. There you go. That's nice. Tiny bit of pressure and that screws down. So that's nicely. Nice crown action there. And again, your Pagani logo on the crown. But I do quite like the case shape. The fact that it's not slab-sided, it's just sort of rounded. I've got a funny feeling that this is a watch that is going to grow on me. But I think if I had to be really picky, if I've got to be really picky, my first impressions are that perhaps the strap should be just a little bit more tapered. 18mm down to 16. There's very little taper on this particular strap. There's probably a mil or 2mm at the most there. I think it needs more taper. I think it needs a less substantial buckle, and dare I say it, even a thinner strap. Okay, so I had a word with the guys at work about this particular watch, and I think 3 guys tried it on, and generally pretty favourable comments. You know, people don't like to be rude about stuff, but I think one of the things that was picked up was there's a slight sort of sharpness to the clasp, ever so slight just here, and some of the finishing on the inside of the band just feels the fingers slightly sharp. I mean, it doesn't catch or anything while you're wearing it, but there is a bit of an edge there, and perhaps this bit here is sharp, as is that bit. But one chap raised a really good point, and he said he'd like to see it on a leather strap, so I might pop it onto a leather strap to see what it looks like. But generally they were quite positive, and they were quite surprised at the purchase price as well. So I think one person as well, I did pass him the details for the website, and I think he's actually ordered one in a slightly different colour, but the colour was very popular. So all in all, I think this is a great bargain, so grab one while you can. Okay, well, it's time for me to sign off, and while I do that, I'm going to leave a quick loom test playing in the background. But I'd just like to say thanks for stopping by, thanks for catching the video. Please give us a like, comment, and of course subscribe. And if anyone has a watch they would wish to review, send me a message. If anyone wishes to loan me a watch or supply a watch for a review, again, pop me a message. I've been Time in the UK. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.